Hello and welcome. In today's video, we're going to be fetching dog data with JavaScript using Fetch API to retrieve data from the dog API and then processing that in a web application. So let's get to it. I'm going to hide that for a second. Um, just a quick README here. The dog API info is there. Um, the dash facts endpoint is going to have dog facts. Dash groups is going to have dog groups. Um, fetch is a modern replacement for the XML HTTP request, and it's promise-based. And it's nice because if you potentially you can use it to alleviate the burden of needing to host a server. Other options would include like creating an HTML file and working with that to make this populate, or using a tool like DevTools, which is probably the easiest way, but you might have to adjust your security settings. Um, I ended up just installing Node and Express and going that route, as well as setting up like a listening port and everything. So to look at, oh, did I just, okay, whoops. Um, yeah, let's look at the fetch API first. You have the asynchronous function here, get dog breeds by ID. A lot of the data was like nested within it, so it didn't just populate everything. It only had like the name and the ID, and then a lot of the other stuff just said objects, so we had to drill down. Um, and if there is no breed ID, it'll tell you there's none. Um, and you have this here. You're trying to fetch the URL, and if it can't find it, it'll tell you that. So just some basic error handling there for that. Um, the result.data.attributes helps drill down, and you have here like the life expectancy, and this is how I solved that populating as well. Um, things like the weight and the description. Um, another catch error there. Uh, we limited it to 3 and set up the URL there. Um, and then had a little fun did you know message here. Uh, this structures the data. Here is a little error handling. And then we have the last function here, second to last, which is going to be get dog groups. So you are going to be, oh, the last one actually doesn't work because we're not doing the HTML. We're just kind of being a little lazy. That part was optional. Um, you have the response and the result. Dog groups, error handling, and then this is if you wanted to use the card style. I just am like, but yeah, and then to execute it, you have get dog breeds by ID, dog facts, and dog groups. Um, that is just like one string for an actual dogs, which is why I adjusted it in part here in server.js so that you didn't have to type in like a string to see information. You could do things like a search query, and we used some functions in order to help make it easier. So here you have app.get/search, excuse me. Um, and you have to provide a breed name, and we'll do some test cases right after this. Here, um, is a response, search failed. You can also go the ID route if you prefer. Error handling, and this is going to tell you when you get this thing fired up, which we have, that it's running at the local port. So now let's take a look there. All right, so let me tab over right quick here. Cool, so now I have my test that I'm going to run, just using different URLs to ensure it's working. So first we'll try doing an exact search name, because obviously that should work. So let's try Beagle. There's the ID, the name, the description. So that's working. Next, we'll try using the actual ID of the Beagle. Oh, I see. Search not by name, but in this case it would be breed. There we go. So that's working as well. Next we have, just go back here, and then we'll do by just partial name to see how that functions. So like shepherd, Australian Shepherd dog is the first thing that comes up. And now some edge cases here. What if we type in Genie, like the professor's dog here? It's not a real dog. Breed anyway, it's a real dog, but not found matching Genie. And then if you just put in like something just like equals nothing, please provide a breed name, like a space or whatnot. And then if you put in something like app dev or whatever, no breed found matching that. All right, so this has been a quick walkthrough of the Dog Facts API. Thanks for watching.